there. I am going to show some tips. I'm not saying I'm a professional painter, but I'm going to show you some differences between this game called Spray Paint and another game is called Vibe Space Hangout and Spray Paint. So I think the tools are better in the other game. And one of the issues with this particular game is you see how my avatar, when I just fell down, is right in the way of that canvas. And so I couldn't get it positioned. I've painted on that canvas before. So that's one of the issues with this game is if you, like most people, like if you're going to paint vertically on the buildings, like I could paint on this wall right here. Let's say I just want to paint right here. So I'm going to choose this section right here. Or if I'm on the ground painting, let's say I want to go down into this where you're not really should not be painting is in the skate bowl area. But I don't know why the developer makes this surface in here paintable because it causes rift between the skateboarders and the painters. Anyways, so let's say I'll pick a spot here. So over here you have your control to choose, click the box if you want to use neon paint, which you have to buy. The basic paint just is free, but all these are extras, which I have all of them. So I'm going to choose, I'm just going to use basic paint. This is comb tool. That is for straight lines, and this is your regular painting. This little arrow, if you want to get that out of the way so you have more of the screen. This is your opacity over here, where my arrow is on the right side of the screen. This gives you transparency of the paint. Whoops. Sometimes, did you see what I did? I was trying to move it and it painted instead. So that could happen. So you have to be careful because if you accidentally paint on somebody's stuff that's next to you, they might get mad about it. That one's not mine. Okay. And the delete, these are like separate tools. The sponge is the delete, erase or whatever, undo. Okay. I'm going to choose pink. It's my favorite color. So if I wanted to paint right here, you see my avatar's in the way. So I kind of have to pan left or right with my keyboard. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of awkward. I'm just going to paint a heart. Now, I'll show you layers over here. So, in this game, you have a total amount of layers that you can have is 20. But 1 through 10 are free, and layers 11 through 20, you'll have to buy the bundle. I think it's 75 Robux. So generally I start on layer 11, and the reason is because 9 times out of 10 the trolls don't have the bundle. They don't like to spend money to troll people. Some of them do. So if you're painting at level 18 or 19 and they don't have the bundle, you'll see their paint marks around your stuff, but they won't be able to paint over your stuff. So that's one benefit having the bundle. Okay, so this is layer 11. Now let's say I wanted to zoom in. I can move this out of the way. I can move this out of the way, but my avatar is in the way. So I can't really zoom in for fine detail things. That's one of the things that I don't like. Now let me show you what it's like in the other game. Okay, so currently, here's the thing. This game has all kinds of dancing avatars that you can choose from. Mine is currently doing the worm, and if I was doing something fine detailed and I needed to zoom in or whatever, I would be able to. So anyways, I just wanted to show that. Now, that's so silly. To get out of the dance mode, you go to dab, and it dabs 1 time, and that's it, because there's no off button. Anyways, so there's at least that option. Now, on the controls here, you will see over here, follow my mouse arrow, the adjust. You can rotate, move, copy, delete. You just like, let's say I want to copy this section here. Oop, actually I didn't get the whole thing in there. Like that. Okay, and then I want to paste it. Whoop. Uh-oh, I'm trying to get on other people's stuff. I think they're painting there. There. So it's a smaller version. You can decide if you want it bigger, smaller. I didn't want to like take up too much space there. I think there's some other people trying to work there. Anywho's, this line here is to draw a straight line. That cone tool I showed you in the spray paint game, this one is the wiggly line. And you just choose where you want to put it. And then go back to your regular. So you have, I think the lines here are smoother also. Now let's say I'm at layer, what layer am I at right here? I'm just layer 1. So never start at layer 1, and here's why. Because if you're going to have this that you want to paint in the middle, right, then you want to go back down a layer. So I always go up 2 layers to make sure that I have 2 layers down to do different things with. Okay, so I'm going to draw on layer 3. I'll just go over that. And the cool thing about this game also is that you can hide other people's work. Reduces the pixels in the game also. You can have only your friends see your stuff, which is really cool because trolls can't get to your stuff. Okay. So now I'm going to go back down a layer, and I'm going to do, using opacity, now I'm going to fill all this in, and I don't have to worry about running into the lines because I'm literally coloring underneath that outline, and I have a troll. But that's okay, because watch this trick. Watch this trick. Let me put my paint can down. You just click on that, view options, and hide the drawing. So no matter who comes in there and does stuff like that. It's, the only thing is though, if you like people who are like next level, they want people to see their stuff. It is unfortunate because whenever you drop your paint can and you go back, your settings should be the same. So you go right back. You don't have to like reset it, because a lot of people want to show off their art, and because, you know, people will come by and like your stuff and comment, and, you know, it's kind of like a social media platform like Facebook or Twitter or whatever. People see your stuff and they like on it, you know, and give you art appreciation. But you can't really have that when your stuff is completely covered up. And so most people vote to kick them out, but getting people kicked out of this game is not as successful as in the spray paint game, because they, for whatever reason, just don't, because most people just hide their stuff. Okay, so I went a little bit out of lines, but you get the picture on that particular tool. Now to erase it, I just go over here to this right here, and I choose a smaller size and go right up here, and it's easy to see, but it's not going to erase my other layer because it's only erasing what is on this layer. So that's for using that. And the cool thing is, let's say I erased too much. Gosh, I wish I hadn't erased too much. That's okay. Just click this arrow up here and undo. Whoops. There, you see it, put it right back. Now I'll change my mind. I like the undo. I mean, I like the erase. So I'm going to put it back. Ta-da! So that's a cool feature that this game has. That, you know, if you made a modification to your art, you have the undo and then, nope, let's take that back and redo. But, okay. Now, erasing on different levels, you have to kind of remember which level you've done what. And in the spray paint game, it has the ability to edit your layer so that you know exactly what's on that layer. You can literally, I'll show you in a minute. This game doesn't have that option, so you just kind of have to remember which layer does what. So now go to layer 3 to erase all this. So you have to literally to erase everything when you're using layers. Or you can choose erase all. There you go. Now go back down to layer 1 and voila. Well, sorta. I think I had some from layer 3 on here. Okay, now, so that one is Vibe Space Hangout and Spray Paint. Vibe Space Hangout and Spray Paint was that one. Now I am now I'm back in the spray paint game and I'm behind the train cars. Now I'll show you about this ladder. You can click on this arrow here. Let's say you want to paint on the wall. Click on these little arrows to make the ladder move left or right. There's less people that go back here, so hopefully I'll be able to do this without any interruptions. Okay, so on here, let's close this out. And if somebody trolls, you have to go up to the message box, type /hide space, and then the user's name and enter. And that'll hide them from your stuff. So again, using layers here, we'll start at layer 11 because the people who troll art 9 times out of 10 do not have the 11 to 20 bundle. So I'll start 11 because they can only go up to layer 10, so they won't be able to spray over your stuff. They might spray around it, but not over your stuff. So that way other people can see your stuff until, you know, they're only here for a little bit and then they get kicked out. But, okay, well, starting at a layer 11, but because I know already that I'm going to want to go back in and fill something in, I'm going to start at layer 13. I only use at a maximum 5 layers. You know, I'm not doing anything really fancy on here. So I'm going to start at layer 13. And just to show you. And so you see the difference in the strokes on this game, which this size of this, I think is 2. It's not showing my size. That's weird. Anyways, so this is usually over on the left side, but so you can adjust this over here. So this is 2. See how small it is? But see, it's like, it looks like dotted lines or something. Which the other game, as you saw, the line was just really smooth and continuous. It didn't have like these dot, 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 dot. I don't know what you call that look to it. And the thing about this, I don't vote unless I see them doing it, because you have trolls who vote people out who aren't doing anything, and just automatically somebody sees somebody complaining about somebody trolling art and they automatically kick them out. And they don't even think that the trolls are kicking innocent people out who have been on there for hours working on art, and they get kicked from the server, can't go back in, and they have lost all their work because of trolls. So that's why I do not vote unless I see it with my own eyes. And I go up in the chat, and if I see people complaining about it, Monkeyfly, you know, you can kind of look and see and if they're complaining about it. But again, I don't see any complaints about somebody named Monkey Fly doing anything. So it could just be a troll doing that. It's sad. I've seen innocent people get kicked out. That's unfortunate. Okay. Now I'm going to go back down to layer, let's say 11, and then I'm going to fill this in. And I go down on the opacity just a little bit, depending on what you want to do. You know, you might, the different ways of shading. I'm just showing you how to use this. I know every program has different things, and this is a Roblox platform, and you can go even a little bigger to fill it in quicker, unless of course you want to do shading. The only thing about this opacity is it does tend to get a little darker. Like if you go up and down, then you're making it less transparent by doing that. Or you leave kind of like this circle mark. You don't see that in the other game. I don't know if you noticed that or not, it's not as visible. See the circles, and if you go down real fast, sometimes there's like, there's like this space in between the circles, and it's just not smooth looking. But when you're shading though, you can kind of cover that up. See, it's not, see, I went all up on this, but you don't see it because it's underneath the edge. Anyways, I think that's enough for this one. I'm just showing you comparison of the tools on the two different games and how to deal with the trolls in the two different games. And if this has been in any way helpful or informative to you, like if this is something you haven't done and you're learning about these games for the first time, I would appreciate if you would give a like. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And I hope that you have a blessed day. If you would like to see anything specific about these type of games and tools, please let me know and I'll be happy to share that. Bye.